Welcome back to Buff-A-Touille. Today, before I tell you about what we're making, I need to tell you a story. So, I have another job, and it pays for this hobby. And I get to travel the world, or at least parts of the world, and I get to travel with some really great people. And there's one person in particular that I've traveled with a lot, and we'll just call him the great Jeffrey Scott. Well, Mr. Jeffrey and I were having a conversation about Caesar salad, because I've been seeking a fantastic Caesar dressing that's homemade, that really reminds me of a restaurant that used to be where I used to live that was just fantastic. Well, Jeffrey says, my mother has a delicious recipe for Caesar dressing. And I said, well, let me give it a shot. So I decided to make it a couple weeks ago, and what I found out is I didn't have all the ingredients. So I changed it up a little bit, and I stumbled upon something really great. So today, we're starting with the Caesar dressing, and we're transforming it into the ultimate pretzel dip. Let's do it. Okay, now that you know what we're making, there's a couple things I need to tell you before you run off and go, oh, I don't like Caesar dressing. Today, we're not using anchovies. So for those of you that don't like anchovies, you're in luck. We have an excellent alternative. And really, that's the main thing I wanted you to know. So stick around, you're gonna love it. First thing we gotta do to get started is 6 cloves of garlic. Today we're making a double batch because we really like this. And when we're done, we're gonna convert it into Caesar dressing as well for chicken Caesar salads. So we'll have the pretzel dip, then we'll have the dressing. But before we do that, we need to take 6 cloves of garlic and mince them up. So let's get started. Okay, so now that we have the garlic in, we're going to go ahead and add grated Parmesan cheese. We have a half cup of grated Parmesan cheese. And then we have 1.5 cups of mayonnaise. Last time we made it, and then it disappeared so quickly that we didn't even get to use it for our Caesar salad. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and give those a stir. The other ingredients that we're gonna add are mostly wet ingredients. All right, so I got a little stir there. Now I'm gonna add a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. So Worcestershire has a 9 out of 10 substitution for anchovies. There's a saltiness and the umami in it. So we're gonna go ahead and add that tablespoon. All right. And then, normally you'd add a lemon juice, but instead I discovered that apple cider vinegar is also an excellent replacement for that. So I'm gonna put in about 2/3 of a tablespoon. There. Then Dijon mustard. So we're going to need, once again, about 2 teaspoons. So 2/3 of a tablespoon, approximately, Dijon mustard. All right, now we're going to give this all another stir. So as you can see there, I was using the tablespoon, and as I was saying, I was either 2 teaspoons that were going into that, 2/3 of a tablespoon. This is almost done here. All right, now it's time to enjoy this. So we're using a flat pretzel, pretty salty. I normally don't like pretzels. That's what's beautiful about this. Pretzels are too boring for me. So Thank you for showing that bag of pretzels. Let's do this. Silence is a good thing. You know, we talked about what a Buff-A-Touille moment is. So when you bite into that food and it just takes the words right out of your mouth. It takes you back to another time and place. It transports you somewhere else. And 3 pretzels into that, I struggled to come up with anything to say just because I was in such a good place with that. It's really good. You can really taste the fresh garlic in it as well, the Parmesan. Everything. So really, you got to try this. And to be honest, we're going to make chicken Caesar salads because we have a lot more of this left over. So check out our short on chicken Caesar salads as well. Thank you for joining us today on another Buff-A-Touille experience.